The Cahokia civilization represents one of the most remarkable achievements in pre-Columbian North American history. Located near the confluence of the Mississippi, Missouri, and Illinois rivers in what is now modern-day St. Louis, Missouri, Cahokia was a vast and sophisticated urban center that flourished between the 9th and 14th centuries. As the largest and most complex settlement in pre-European North America, Cahokia stood out for its advanced urban planning, monumental architecture, and complex social organization. The city's strategic location along major river routes facilitated trade and communication, playing a crucial role in its development and prominence. Cahokia's significance lies in its sheer scale and complexity, which set it apart from other pre-Columbian settlements in the region. At its height, Cahokia is estimated to have had a population of up to 20,000 residents, making it one of the largest cities in the world at the time. The city's intricate network of mounds, including the colossal Monk's Mound, served both ceremonial and residential purposes, showcasing sophisticated engineering and architectural skills. Cahokia's urban design and social organization reflect a high level of social and political complexity, illustrating a thriving and dynamic culture. The importance of Cahokia extends beyond its physical grandeur. It represents a critical chapter in the history of indigenous North America. The city's development and eventual decline offer valuable insights into the challenges faced by large, complex societies and their interactions with the environment and neighboring cultures. Cahokia's legacy continues to influence contemporary understandings of pre-Columbian urbanization and cultural achievements in North America. The origins of Cahokia are rooted in the Mississippian cultural tradition, which began to take shape around 800 CE. The early settlers of Cahokia were part of a broader cultural network that extended across the southeastern United States. This network was characterized by its reliance on agriculture, particularly the cultivation of maize, which was essential for supporting larger, more complex communities. Cahokia's founding marked a shift from smaller, dispersed villages to a more centralized and hierarchical urban settlement. The city's early inhabitants were attracted by the fertile soil and abundant resources of the region, which were ideal for farming and settlement. Over time, Cahokia evolved from a modest village into a significant urban center, influenced by interactions with other Mississippian communities and an increasing emphasis on social and political organization. Cahokia's strategic location near the confluence of the Mississippi, Missouri, and Illinois rivers was pivotal to its development. The city was situated on a flat floodplain, offering fertile land ideal for agriculture and easy access to water resources. This location allowed Cahokia to capitalize on the Mississippi River's transportation corridor, facilitating trade and communication with other regions. The river served as a crucial route for the exchange of goods and cultural interactions, linking Cahokia with areas as far north as the Great Lakes and as far south as the Gulf of Mexico. The city's position on these major river routes not only supported its economic growth but also established it as a central hub within a vast trading network. The initial growth of Cahokia was driven by several interconnected factors. The development of advanced agricultural techniques, including the use of raised fields and irrigation, enabled the Cahokians to produce surplus crops. This agricultural surplus supported a growing population and allowed for the emergence of a complex societal structure. Cahokia's location also made it a focal point for trade, with extensive networks linking it to distant regions. This trade network brought in goods such as pottery, shell beads, and copper artifacts, contributing to the city's wealth and cultural diversity. As Cahokia grew, the consolidation of power and the establishment of a ruling elite played a significant role in its development. The construction of monumental architecture, including the iconic mounds, symbolized the city's increasing complexity and centralization of authority. Additionally, Cahokia's role as a ceremonial and religious center attracted people from surrounding regions, reinforcing its status as a major cultural and spiritual hub. The combination of agricultural innovation, trade, social organization, and ceremonial significance drove Cahokia's transformation into one of the most influential and sophisticated urban centers of pre-Columbian North America. Cahokia's urban planning reflects a highly organized and sophisticated approach to city development. At its peak, the city covered approximately 6 square miles, making it one of the largest urban centers in pre-Columbian North America. The layout of Cahokia was meticulously planned, with a central area dominated by large earthen mounds and ceremonial spaces, surrounded by residential and specialized districts. The city's design was centered around the plaza, a vast open area that served as the focal point for public and ceremonial activities. This central space was bordered by some of the most significant mounds, including Monk's Mound, which was the largest and most prominent structure in Cahokia. The surrounding streets and pathways were arranged in a grid-like pattern, reflecting an advanced understanding of urban planning and spatial organization. The careful alignment of key structures with celestial events suggests that Cahokia's layout was also influenced by astronomical observations. This alignment underscores the city's role as a ceremonial and religious center, where both practical and symbolic considerations guided the planning process. The mounds of Cahokia are among its most striking and enduring features. These massive earthworks were constructed using sophisticated techniques and represent both ceremonial and political power. The most notable of these is Monk's Mound, which stands as the largest earthen mound in North America. Monk's Mound is a monumental structure that reaches a height of approximately 100 feet and covers an area of 14 acres at its base. Its sheer scale and complexity reflect the technological and organizational capabilities of the Cahokian society. Monk's Mound was likely used for ceremonial purposes and may have supported a temple or residence for elite figures. Its construction involved the labor of thousands of workers over several generations, indicating a high degree of social organization and coordination. In addition to Monk's Mound, Cahokia is home to several other significant mounds, including the East and West Mounds, which were used for ceremonial purposes and to mark important events. These mounds were often constructed in layers, with each successive layer adding to the mound's height and significance. The construction of these mounds involved the careful placement of earth and the use of wooden tools to shape and compact the soil. The precise alignment of some mounds with astronomical events, such as solstices and equinoxes, further highlights the advanced understanding of celestial mechanics possessed by the Cahokians. Beyond the ceremonial and monumental structures, Cahokia's residential areas reveal much about daily life in the city. The residential layout was characterized by clusters of houses organized in neighborhoods. These homes were typically constructed using wood and thatch, with some structures featuring wattle and daub walls and thatched roofs. Residential areas were often arranged around central courtyards, which served as communal spaces for social and economic activities. The layout of these areas suggests a well-planned approach to community living, with clear distinctions between residential, ceremonial, and specialized zones. In addition to homes, Cahokia's residential areas included various specialized structures such as workshops and storage facilities. These structures supported the city's complex economic system, including the production of pottery, textiles, and other goods. The presence of ceremonial structures within residential areas indicates the integration of spiritual and communal practices into everyday life. For example, smaller mounds and plazas within residential neighborhoods may have served as local centers for ritual and community gatherings. The social structure of Cahokia was characterized by a complex hierarchy that reflected its advanced organizational and political systems. At the top of this hierarchy were the elite rulers and their families, who wielded significant power and influence over both the political and religious aspects of the city. This elite class resided in large, prestigious residences, often located near the central ceremonial mounds, including Monk's Mound. Beneath the elite were the religious leaders and priests, who played a crucial role in Cahokia's ceremonial life and societal governance. These individuals were responsible for conducting rituals and maintaining the city's religious practices, which were deeply intertwined with the governance of the community. Their authority was both spiritual and temporal, underscoring the close relationship between religion and political power in Cahokian society. The majority of the population comprised commoners, who were engaged in various forms of labor, including agriculture, craft production, and construction. These individuals lived in more modest homes and were involved in the day-to-day activities that supported the city's functioning. Despite their lower status, commoners were integral to the city's economy and cultural practices. This hierarchical structure was supported by a system of social stratification that allowed for the effective management of resources and labor. Evidence suggests that Cahokia had a system of tribute or taxation, which helped sustain the elite and fund the construction of monumental architecture. Cahokia's economy was multifaceted, encompassing agriculture, trade, and craft production. Agriculture formed the backbone of the city's economy, with the cultivation of maize, beans, and squash providing a stable food supply that supported a large and growing population. The advanced agricultural techniques employed by the Cahokians, including the use of raised fields and irrigation systems, allowed for high yields and surplus production. Trade played a pivotal role in Cahokia's economic system, linking the city to a vast network of trade routes that extended across North America. Cahokia's central location along the Mississippi River facilitated the exchange of goods with distant regions, including the Great Lakes, the Gulf Coast, and the Appalachian Mountains. This extensive trade network brought a variety of materials and artifacts to Cahokia, including copper, shells, and pottery. Craft production was another important aspect of Cahokia's economy. Artisans in the city produced a range of goods, from intricately decorated pottery and textiles to tools and ceremonial objects. These crafts not only served practical purposes but also played a role in social and religious activities. The production of goods for trade and ceremonial use contributed to the city's wealth and cultural influence. The integration of agriculture, trade, and craft production created a dynamic economic system that supported Cahokia's growth and development. The city's economy was characterized by its ability to harness local resources while engaging in extensive trade networks that connected it with broader regional and national economies. Religion and ceremonial life were central to the culture of Cahokia, deeply influencing both societal norms and governance. The Cahokians practiced a polytheistic religion that involved the worship of multiple deities, often associated with natural elements and celestial bodies. Religious practices were closely tied to the city's ceremonial architecture, including the large mounds and plazas that served as focal points for rituals and public gatherings. The role of the priesthood was crucial in Cahokian society. Priests were responsible for performing ceremonies, interpreting omens, and maintaining the city's spiritual well-being. They played a key role in connecting the community with the divine and ensuring the favor of the gods. The close relationship between the priesthood and the elite ruling class highlights the integration of religious and political authority in Cahokia. Ceremonial life in Cahokia was marked by elaborate rituals and events that reinforced social hierarchies and cultural values. Large-scale ceremonies, such as the construction and dedication of mounds, were often accompanied by feasts, processions, and offerings. These events served not only religious purposes but also functioned as opportunities for social cohesion and the reinforcement of political power. The city's ceremonial practices also included astronomical observations, with certain mounds and structures aligned with celestial events such as solstices and equinoxes. This alignment suggests that religious and ceremonial activities were informed by a sophisticated understanding of astronomy. Cahokia's engineering and architectural achievements are among its most remarkable contributions to pre-Columbian history. The city is renowned for its large-scale earthworks, which include a complex array of mounds and other structures that required advanced engineering skills and substantial labor. The construction of Monk's Mound, the largest earthen mound in North America, is a prime example of Cahokia's engineering prowess. Standing approximately 100 feet tall and covering 14 acres at its base, Monk's Mound was built in several stages over several generations. The construction process involved the careful placement of millions of cubic feet of soil, which was transported using wooden tools and baskets. The precision and scale of Monk's Mound reflect an impressive level of organization and planning. In addition to Monk's Mound, Cahokia features other significant mounds such as the East and West Mounds. These structures were designed to serve both ceremonial and symbolic functions, reinforcing the city's spiritual and political hierarchies. The layout of the mounds, combined with the city's grid-like street pattern, illustrates a sophisticated approach to urban design that integrated functional and ceremonial elements. Cahokia's engineering achievements extended beyond mound construction. The city's use of advanced agricultural techniques, including the creation of raised fields and irrigation systems, demonstrated an innovative approach to land management and crop production. These techniques allowed the Cahokians to sustain a large population and support their complex society. Astronomical observations played a crucial role in Cahokia's city planning and religious practices. The alignment of certain mounds and structures with celestial events, such as solstices and equinoxes, reveals a sophisticated understanding of astronomy. This knowledge was not merely academic but was deeply integrated into the city's ceremonial life and urban design. One notable example is the alignment of Cahokia's mounds with solar and lunar events. For instance, some mounds were positioned to mark the solstices, aligning with the sun's position at specific times of the year. This alignment suggests that astronomical events were used to time ceremonies and agricultural activities, highlighting the importance of celestial cycles in Cahokian culture. The Cahokians also observed lunar cycles, which likely influenced their ritual practices and calendar system. The alignment of structures with astronomical events served both practical and symbolic purposes, reinforcing the city's connection to the cosmos and integrating celestial observations into daily life. The integration of astronomical knowledge into city planning and religious practices reflects the Cahokians' advanced understanding of their environment and their ability to harmonize their urban development with natural cycles. Cahokia's art and artifacts offer valuable insights into the city's cultural and social life. The archaeological record reveals a rich array of artistic and material culture, reflecting the city's complex social structure and diverse influences. Pottery is one of the most significant types of artifacts discovered at Cahokia. The city's ceramics include a variety of forms, such as decorated bowls, jars, and effigy vessels. These pottery pieces often feature intricate designs and motifs, including geometric patterns and images of animals. The craftsmanship of Cahokian pottery reflects both aesthetic values and practical functions, with some pieces serving ceremonial purposes while others were used in everyday life. In addition to pottery, Cahokia's art includes a range of other artifacts, such as shell beads, copper ornaments, and carved stone figures. These objects provide evidence of the city's trade networks, as many of these materials were sourced from distant regions. The presence of these artifacts highlights Cahokia's role as a central hub in a broad trading system and its ability to integrate diverse cultural influences. The art and artifacts of Cahokia also include ceremonial objects such as masks, figurines, and ceremonial axes. These items were used in rituals and ceremonies, illustrating the city's spiritual and ceremonial life. The craftsmanship and symbolic significance of these artifacts underscore the importance of religion and ceremony in Cahokian society. The decline of Cahokia, once a thriving urban center, is attributed to a combination of interrelated factors. One of the primary theories is environmental change, particularly the impact of deforestation and soil erosion. As the population of Cahokia grew, extensive agricultural activities and construction projects led to significant alterations in the local environment. The clearing of forests for agriculture and the use of natural resources may have contributed to soil degradation and reduced agricultural productivity, which in turn could have strained the city's food supply. Resource depletion also played a critical role in Cahokia's decline. The city's reliance on surrounding resources, including timber and clay for mound construction, led to overexploitation. As these resources became scarce, the ability to sustain the large population and continue monumental construction diminished, contributing to the city's gradual decline. Warfare and social conflict are other factors that likely contributed to Cahokia's abandonment. Evidence suggests that the city experienced periods of internal strife and external conflicts with neighboring groups. These conflicts could have led to disruptions in trade, resource allocation, and social cohesion, further exacerbating the city's difficulties. The combined effects of environmental degradation, resource depletion, and social conflict created a challenging situation for Cahokia. By the late 13th and early 14th centuries, the city's population began to decline, leading to its eventual abandonment. The once great urban center gradually fell into disuse, and its complex society dissolved as its inhabitants dispersed to other regions. Although Cahokia had largely declined before European contact, the exploration and colonization of the Americas by Europeans had an indirect impact on the region. European arrival in the 16th century introduced new dynamics to the area, including diseases, changes in trade patterns, and shifts in regional power structures. European explorers and settlers encountered the descendants of the Cahokian people, who had migrated to other areas and adapted to new circumstances. The introduction of European diseases, such as smallpox, had devastating effects on indigenous populations across North America, including those in the Cahokian region. These diseases significantly weakened and displaced many indigenous communities, further altering the regional landscape. Significant archaeological discoveries at Cahokia have profoundly enhanced our understanding of the city and its people. Excavations have uncovered a wealth of artifacts, including pottery, tools, and ceremonial objects, which provide insights into the daily lives, social structures, and religious practices of the Cahokians. The discovery of extensive mound structures, such as Monk's Mound, has shed light on the advanced engineering techniques used by the Cahokians and their complex ceremonial and social organization. Archaeologists have also identified remnants of residential areas, including the layout of homes and communal spaces, offering a detailed picture of urban life in Cahokia. Ongoing research and excavation continue to reveal new aspects of Cahokia's history, including evidence of trade networks that connected the city to distant regions. These findings underscore Cahokia's role as a major center of commerce and cultural exchange in pre-Columbian North America. Efforts to preserve and study Cahokia's historical and cultural heritage are vital to maintaining the legacy of this ancient civilization. The Cahokia Mounds State Historic Site, established in 1925, serves as a major center for research and conservation. The site includes the remains of the city's mounds and other structures, providing a protected area for ongoing archaeological work and public education. Preservation initiatives focus on safeguarding the mounds and artifacts from environmental degradation, erosion, and vandalism. The site's management includes monitoring and maintaining the mounds, conducting research, and engaging in community outreach to raise awareness about Cahokia's significance. Collaborative efforts involving archaeologists, historians, and indigenous communities also play a crucial role in preserving Cahokia's legacy. These collaborations help ensure that the history and cultural contributions of the Cahokian people are accurately represented and respected. Cahokia's influence extends beyond its historical context, impacting contemporary understandings of indigenous civilizations and urban development. The city's achievements in engineering, social organization, and ceremonial practices provide valuable insights into the capabilities and complexities of pre-Columbian societies in North America. Cahokia's legacy has contributed to a broader recognition of the sophisticated urban planning and cultural achievements of indigenous peoples. The study of Cahokia challenges traditional narratives that often undervalue the accomplishments of pre-Columbian civilizations and highlights the rich cultural heritage of North America. The city's influence is also evident in modern discussions about urban development and sustainability. The innovative agricultural and engineering practices of Cahokia offer lessons for contemporary approaches to managing natural resources and designing resilient communities. Cahokia stands as a monumental testament to the ingenuity and complexity of pre-Columbian civilizations in North America. As the largest and most sophisticated urban center of its time, Cahokia exemplifies advanced engineering, urban planning, and social organization. The city's achievements in constructing massive earthen mounds, such as Monk's Mound, and its sophisticated agricultural techniques reflect a high degree of technological and organizational skill. Cahokia's strategic location along the Mississippi River enabled it to become a major hub for trade and cultural exchange, linking it to distant regions and fostering economic and social growth. The city's intricate social structure, economic systems, and ceremonial practices reveal a rich cultural tapestry that integrated religion, politics, and daily life. Despite its eventual decline, due to factors such as environmental changes, resource depletion, and social conflict, Cahokia's legacy endures through archaeological discoveries and ongoing research. The site's preservation efforts continue to protect and study its historical and cultural heritage, providing valuable insights into the lives of its inhabitants and their impact on North American history. Research on Cahokia is ongoing, with several areas of investigation offering the potential for new discoveries and deeper understanding. Current archaeological work focuses on exploring lesser-known areas of the city, including residential neighborhoods and peripheral structures, to gain a more comprehensive view of daily life and urban organization. Studies of Cahokia's trade networks are revealing new connections between the city and distant regions, shedding light on the extent and impact of its economic and cultural exchanges. Advances in technology, such as remote sensing and geophysical surveys, are also enhancing the ability to map and analyze the site, potentially uncovering previously unknown features and artifacts. Additionally, research into Cahokia's environmental history is examining how changes in climate and land use affected the city's growth and decline. Understanding these environmental factors is crucial for interpreting the reasons behind Cahokia's abandonment and its broader implications for urban sustainability. Future discoveries at Cahokia may provide further insights into the social and political dynamics of the city, its interactions with neighboring cultures, and the legacy of its innovations. As researchers continue to explore and analyze the site, Cahokia's story will likely offer new lessons about the complexities and achievements of ancient urban societies. In summary, Cahokia's significance extends far beyond its historical timeline, influencing contemporary understandings of indigenous civilizations and urban development. The ongoing research and preservation efforts ensure that Cahokia's remarkable legacy will continue to inform and inspire future generations.